So you do a couple loads, make money on one, barely make any on the second one. You're done, right? You're never going to smuggle again. It's a pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
Or why was that not true? Why did you get back into it?
Well, it was a lot of money for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you fly down there, there wasn't even a barbed wire fence between the United States and Mexico. There's absolutely no control whatsoever. 1973, it was just people could walk across that border, anything, it was open. So I found out you don't dare file a flight plan. You turn everything off and just come on. So the fellow that Howard, called him Howard, he's the one who hooked me up with some of these people. And he was the one who told me to give them the pot after. And so he sent me out to, said, I got somebody who can help you. So he sent me out to Palm Springs, and there was a fellow out there, Terry Thornton. And he had a spot right out there, a little tiny runway under the power lines. And there was power lines over it, and down the way there's about 200 telephone wires. And he said, boy, this is good. They can't follow you in with this. You're telling the truth. You couldn't hardly follow yourself in. So he had a 207, and I bought the 207 from him.
Wait, how much did you buy the 207 for?
$35,000.
$34,000.
It was beautiful. I mean, that thing, he took me out, and we landed there at Palm Springs. It was so hot. That thing still worked good. So I took, so he had a place down in Mexico where I could get it, and I had to pay him $5,000 in Mexico every time I loaded, and then pay him $5,000 to land at his runway. And he had a hangar that I could put the plane in called Baumgart Funeral Services, like with casket and stuff. So it looked like that's the reason for the airplane. I couldn't remember the name, but I can now.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's right.
But hold on. So if you're paying $5 in Mexico, $5 when you get here, how much are you getting paid for the load? When in 207, I assume it's how many pounds?
1,100 pounds.
Okay.
And I get $60 a pound, so $70,000. And by the time I was making $40,000 every time I wanted to go down there. So, and that thing just worked out really well. I just flew and flew and flew. And
so when you say that, you mean like once a month?
Every day.
Every day.
It's 13
What
days.
about the fire department?
Well, I decided to quit.
Oh, okay. You can afford to quit at this point.
$700 a month.
You get $700 a month. $40,000 a day.
I don't know when it was, but I worked.
I'm not great at math, but that seems like it pencils out.
But I was going to make $300,000 and go back to the farm. Well, I made that $300,000 just like
in
that.
Georgia.
In Georgia,
back home.
I wanted to farm. I wanted to go back to the farm. I loved it. My great grandfather homesteaded that land. I wanted that place, and I did. I owned it, so I bought it from my mother with the first money I made, and so she came out to visit me. And my baby sister, her sister was only 6 weeks old when my daddy died, and I raised them. So I was right there on the farm with them for years, and. So my mama was pretty savvy. She said, what are you doing, boy? I had a new Cadillac. I took her to Disneyland. I said, I'm hauling pot, Ma. She said, how much you making? I said, I make $40,000 any day I want to fly down there. And she said, what do they do if they catch you? I said, well, I went to this lawyer, and I gave him $100, and I asked him, he's a big drug lawyer. And he said, you work on the fire department? Yes, sir. He said, what's your criminal history? I said, I've never had a speeding ticket. He said, you'll get probation. He said, the very worst, you get 1 year and you spend 4 months raking leaves at a military base. What do you think? I said, what do you think, Ma? She said, do you need a co-pilot? So that's how it was back in 1973.
Hey guys, Dylan and Max here. Thanks for watching the video.
Listen to the full interview at the link in the description and subscribe to the 21.5 Show anywhere podcasts are heard.